Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video, we are going to review some buns. I've been asked by my viewers a number of different times over the past year to review both the UnBun and the Smart Bun. On a recent trip to the health food store, they happened to have both of them, so I picked them up. First off, we have Smart Bun. This was a little less than $12 for this box of 6 buns, so we're talking almost $2 per bun. They look pretty good in the picture. It says non-GMO, gluten-free, 0 carbs. Oh, I guess not. In small print it says of sugar or starch. As we look at the nutrition facts, we can see that the total carbs is 15 grams, 11 grams of dietary fiber, and then there's 4 grams of erythritol in there. Still, if you're counting total carbs, might be a little bit high. In terms of ingredients, we have purified water, proprietary fiber blend, oat fiber, corn fiber, and flax. So if you're opposed to corn, be aware that's in here. Eggs, erythritol, whey protein isolate, egg whites, sunflower oil, cellulose gum, natural flavor, spices, potassium chloride, salt, sesame seeds. In terms of size, basically your standard hamburger bun size. The other bun I'll be reviewing will be the UnBun. This was also pretty close to $12, and there's only 4 buns. These look a lot more like a dinner roll in terms of the size. I do kind of like the hearty look of it. In terms of carbs, these also have 15 grams of total carbs, 10 grams of dietary fiber, 2 grams of sugar. For the ingredients, we have blanched almond flour, liquid egg white, water, liquid whole egg, ground flax, coconut flour, psyllium seed husk, apple cider vinegar, sea salt, cream of tartar, and baking soda. So that kind of sounds like something we could make at home pretty easily for a lot less than $3 a bun. For the purposes of this review, I will be doing not only a taste and texture test, but I will also be testing my blood glucose using the continuous blood glucose monitor and levels software. And I will film this video over the course of 2 or 3 days so I can let you know if there's any issues with inflammation. Based on the ingredients, I don't suspect there will be. For both of these buns, I will be eating them as an egg sandwich. So just an egg, little cheddar cheese. I realize that the addition of fat can blunt a glucose response. But in my opinion, if I'm going to eat a bun, I'm going to eat it as a delivery mechanism for some sort of fat, whether that's just butter or a burger or a butter burger. But I want to see how my body reacts to these in a real world situation, and that's why I'm going to eat them as an egg sandwich. I feel like my bun to egg ratio is sort of out of whack here. Maybe I should have done a burger after all. I'm going to pull off a little chunk of bun here just to eat it plain to really get a feel for the taste. It is right on the edge of flavorless. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but really it doesn't taste like bread. There's kind of nothing going on there. Texture-wise, it's a little bit dry. Kind of like a bun that's a couple of days past its prime. On the whole, though, I think as a burger bun, this holds its own. It's acceptable. But I'm going to finish this, and then I will be back in 2 hours, well, 2 hours for me, instantaneously for you, to let you know if this had any impact on my blood glucose. It's been a little over 2 hours since I had my sandwich, so now I'm going to check my glucose. And open up the levels software. All right, here it is. They've changed the look since the last update on the software, but still the big thing is right there in the top center. My total glucose change was only 14 points. Per usual, peaked at about the 1 hour mark. So 14 points is just a bump. It's not a spike. I would call this safe for keto. I am going to wait until tomorrow to have the UnBun, not because I'm concerned about there being any sort of issues with glucose, testing 2 things in the same day, but rather, if I do experience any inflammation, I don't expect that I will, but if I do from the Smart Bun, I want to be able to attribute it specifically to that. So I'll see you tomorrow for the UnBun test. So I'm back on day number 2, and I'm pleased to report there were no ill effects from the Smart Bun. No bloating, no gas, no inflammation, didn't affect my ketones, so all good there. Now it's time to move on to the UnBun. As with the Smart Bun, I'm first just going to pull off a chunk. I do like the springiness in this. Lots of times you don't see that in keto buns. So far I can tell you, not a huge fan of the taste or the texture. Texture-wise, there's almost a rubberiness to it. So it's not like a gluten spring, it's more of a rubber sort of spring. And I think that is due partially to the egg white, but also the psyllium husk powder that's in this. Additionally, the flavor is not at all bread-like. It's not even like a whole grain sort of taste. I'm really feeling like I'm picking up a lot of that psyllium husk. But now I'm going to make the egg and cheese sandwich and repeat yesterday's experiment and see what happens to my blood glucose. I decided that I would toast the bun just to see if that made any difference, but I've got my egg and cheese sandwich here, and I'll take a picture of it with the Level software to start the 2-hour glucose monitoring. So I will say that the toasting helped, both in terms of texture and I think flavor. And I think that this bun, because of its thickness, is going to be a pretty solid delivery mechanism for about whatever you'd put on it. But I'm going to finish this right now, and I'll be back in 2 hours. All right, it's been 2 hours. Let's see how my blood glucose was impacted. And we'll open the Level software. And here we go. Look, the results are remarkably similar to what they were for the UnBun. Only moved 12 points, peaked at 102. I would call this keto friendly, but I'm really not surprised given the ingredients. So what are my overall thoughts on both the Smart Bun and the UnBun? Let's start with the UnBun. At $3 a bun, I can't do it. I can't recommend it. It's a fairly hearty bun, but between the psyllium husk and the egg white, there's just something about the chew that I don't care for, and it doesn't taste anything like a real bun. I can make a keto bun that is as good as that without a whole lot of work. In fact, I'll link to the recipe right up here. The Smart Bun does feel a lot more like a hamburger bun to me. I mean, it's a passable hamburger bun. It's not a great hamburger bun, and at $2 a bun, that's a tough putt for me. I think if the Smart Bun were closer to $1 a bun, maybe it becomes worth it from time to time. I guess ultimately you need to decide if $2 a bun makes sense to you, or if at that price you'd rather just put a burger between a couple of chaffles. So I hope that you found this video helpful, that either it'll save you some money, or if you decide to buy one of these buns, at least you know what to expect. So if you did find it helpful, click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap the subscribe button, then hit the bell and turn on all notifications. And lastly, if you'd like to help support the Serious Keto Test Kitchen, because buying these buns at $12 a bag that's pricey. Well, click that join button down below and see what memberships and perks are all about. Thanks for watching.